Rama, redo karaoke for Jim. Oh my god. Rama. Okay, Rama. Fucked up. Scuffed the Rama. Alright, chat. Let's go. Sisters, don't bandira. Sisters, don't bandira. What the fuck does bandera even mean? My friend, could we stand together? Look at us, we can't sniff forever. Show me sister, show me brother. Every stay strong for one another. Come on, yeah! Come on. Ah, we call the leaders of the lands. You don't sniff petrol from a can. You put your petrol in the car, it says. Don't be Rama, it's messing with your brain. You say you're deadly, do you understand? You don't sniff petrol from a can. You put your petrol in the car, it goes. Don't be Rama and sniff it up your nose. Don't be Rama, 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 don't be Rama. Love your friends and protect your family. They are with you when you are lonely. Don't bandira. When you stop, your brains will be clearer. Come on, yeah! Come on. The leaders of the lands. You don't sniff petrol from a can. You put your petrol in the car, it says. Don't be Rama, it's messing with your brain. Say you're deadly, do you understand? You don't sniff petrol from a can. You put your petrol in the car, it goes. Don't be Rama and sniff it up your nose. Don't be Rama.
You not deadly, you Rama. Gonna get caught like Dylan Osama.
Yeah. Cause I can't tell you. There's no lyrics for this part. Living too much petrol. It's the leaders of the Havana lands. You don't sniff petrol from a can. You put the petrol in the car, it says. Don't be Rama, it's messing with your brain. You say you're deadly, do you understand? Don't sniff petrol from a can. You put your petrol in the car, it goes. Don't be Rama and sniff it up your nose. Things about your country. Sniffing! Oh, culture. It was culture, not country. Okay, get the fuck out of here! Good night! And we're all gonna miss the weatherman, but it's gonna be okay, chat. Just think about the fun times, think about the good times, and remember there's always archives, you know? And just keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Okay? Okay.
Well, hello, chat. How you doing? Welcome back. Welcome to another fine edition of a Rogue Takeover. Yes, we're doing Metohistory, or Metohistory, I like to call it. Again, we're here. It's Monday. Sunday, Tuesday for some. Monday for me. I have no idea what's happening with Jim X. Sparky's over in the corner being, very probably, nursing.
Can you hear me?
Whatever thing.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Barely, but we can hear you.
Okay, give me a second. I know what's wrong.
You think you know what's wrong?
Yes, I know what's wrong.
The fact that you're a boomer?
No, the sound is fucking up again.
Ah. And Sparky's picking up some weird background.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes. So
We got Mike Hunt going. What in Tornations?
what incarnation? I don't know. What incarnation? I have no idea. Please explain.
I don't know. I'm guessing it's the Pepper singing Rama.
Oh, I mean, people get confused when a certain rabbit girl sings Rama.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone wants to stick the shotgun in the mouth then.
Yep, yeah, yeah. But they're here singing that song. It's kind of fascinating how that is. So, I opted to do something a little bit different. Same thing, same program, but just slightly different. If you
Fix
looked in
this.
the in I gotta make
Excuse
sure
me.
good. Please work for me. Thank you. If you noticed in the actual title, or at least in the subtitle portion of it, I have no idea where it is and in it where it is
Meta
supposed
history.
to be. But did you pay attention to what the fantastical gym thing I picked out?
It says meta history.
Good, good. Well, it is a twofer. You got a gym and a certain internet lawyer that's no longer a lawyer. I thought I'd do something within the sphere of both. And yes,
Jesus.
yes, should be exciting. There you go. There you go. It's Warhammer 40K with Jim. Bet you don't remember this. Bet you don't remember this.
Yep. Is it always funny that
I
seems like
know.
whenever dramas come around, you can always circle back.
Yes, yes. Circle back for the nerdism because
can circle the
certain people
wagons
used
and
to be
circle back.
considered a nerd until recently.
Yeah.
They didn't like nerds for some reason.
Yeah,
So
nerds.
yes, kind of weird. So I thought we watched him nerd out while he was still somewhat employed as a lawyer.
Yeah.
We will see if he's still employed. He might be losing his entire
No,
license.
no,
and
he's already
everything.
lost his license.
He's already lost his case.
Actually, no.
No. He cannot get his license at this moment.
Actually,
Oh, okay. I know he lost his license. I mean,
Actually, no. I think he got it back.
No. Currently, he doesn't have his license.
which rarely happens. He must have really fucked up.
Yeah, he didn't pay his fee.
Chances are, yes, it's still unpaid. So, but currently, as it still stands, he does not have his license.
Nice.
He's
Yeah,
been
I thought I saw-
unlicensed for an entire year. For those who've been paying attention, a year.
He'd have to take the bar exam again, wouldn't he?
Maybe, who knows? But depending on how well this case turns out, we'll be questioning whether he's able to do such a thing. But let's watch these people nerd out. It's very fascinating. Very fascinating.
A resident 40K expert. How's it going, Joe?
Yeah, thank you for throwing that label at me. Now the chat's going to talk massive amounts of shit while I fuck up names and events. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
As long as you're worth.
So how much of 40K does anybody know or remember?
Anytime I hear 40K, I point to my brother and go, "Okay, KG, you're on."
The only thing I know about, Warhammer 40K is praise be to the God Emperor.
So basically, I'm the most steward amongst the nerds.
I know some. I know some.
Well, we do know Jim's on his way becoming the machine god. So
well, I mean, he might be lucky if he can get to the machinist mechanist.
I know the basics of Warhammer. So
you sure? Anyways, we're actually going to be covering a little bit of the Heresy.
I just know guys in big suits of what looks like power armor beating the 11 fuck out people with flamethrowers and big guns.
Yeah,
pretty much.
That's my extent.
You're not far off. You're not far off on that one there, Sparkles. But let's see what these brain trust children have figured out.
Worse at it than me. We're good.
Oh, I will be. Yes, expect that.
Well, thanks for coming on the show today, buddy. I really appreciate it. I've been waiting to do this show for a long freaking time. This is a 40,000 subscriber show, so thank you all for watching.
Oh, I get the gimmick. 40,000, 40K, get it? Oh my god.
Oh my god, 40,000, 40K. He gets Jim on that babe. Regrets that now.
Probably, but I do find it very fascinating. Rekieta looks better there than he does now.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's I don't know.
His nose looks a little clean.
Well, not only that, what's the look what's looking for going for? It doesn't look as ghetto trash coked out.
Yeah, I will agree.
Like I said, his nose is a little more clean.
I will agree. He does. He has a little bit more oomph, and he doesn't look as gaunt as he looks currently. So, very interesting.
For some reason, tuning in like every night to watch me make a fool of myself, and hopefully make a fool of other people.
No.
But today,
You'll be doing that tonight when we talk about 40K and I screw everything up. It's going to be good.
well, that's the goal. That's the goal, is to finally get you in a gotcha moment.
Oh, you're going to have plenty tonight. Yeah.
To expose you for who you are. Welcome to that. And our other guest is he'll be back in just a second, but it is a Border Prince, and hopefully he will keep us on track with the lore.
So yeah, they're gonna have a lore guy that's gonna be on the show, so it's gonna have a lot of boring and two questionable nerds trying to figure out 40K.
Woohoo!
There's not really a plan for this stream, guys. We're gonna just be talking 40K. I hope to talk a little bit about the actual lore, about the story, what makes it interesting to people. But I also, if my guests,
You know,
are
if
willing,
you,
and I'll wait till
I get the reason why we're watching this because of Nick's nerd comment. I mean, we get it. He's not escaping those allegations. Everyone knows. I mean, fuck 40K, Warhammer 40K. I mean, everyone knows.
Flag and the whole
works. Everyone knows he was a massive nerd. He's not gonna deny those allegations. Just like he's not gonna deny the coke that's on his nose. Just like he's not gonna deny the drug test came back on. We all know this. I figured pull up something more relevant, like Jim, Nick, and the Monty stuff.
Who the fuck cares about the Monty stuff?
Yeah, it's
because Nick's still getting sued by the guy getting his ass whooped.
Who the fuck is Monty?
Montegraph.
Never heard of him.
He's a nerd that sues everybody.
Oh, okay.
He's the guy
he's like
that's
Spectre, but actually does sue people.
Yeah. He's the guy that's suing Nick Rekieta for defamation and is absolutely wiping the floor with his ass.
Like I said before, he's the nerd that likes to sue everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? We actually have Monty to thank, because if it wasn't for Monty doing this and pressuring Nick, he wouldn't have done the coke stream.
That's fair.
Because the coke stream only happened because Nick lost his appeal case to Monty. Well, it wasn't an appeals case. It was the jurisdiction case for
the jurisdiction case. Yes, it was that.
The same jurisdiction case that Nick so proudly told Nick, "Oh yeah, no, he sued in the wrong jurisdiction. He should have sued where the guy was at, not where he was at." How's that going for you, Nick?
I don't know. It's not doing well. I mean, he is getting closer and closer to having some interesting jail time. So
we can only hope.
There is that.
We can only hope.
Yeah. I mean, it's not looking good since he's not taking the ability to just settle. He wants to go for the full extent, and it may not end the way how he hopes it does. So yes, Dragon, what you've been up to? Been a spell.
Not much.
I thought you were playing video games. Last time I looked, you were playing video games.
Yeah, I was. We won't talk about the game I'm playing right now.
It's a dirty space game, isn't it?
Nope.
No, that usually means yes.
No, it actually isn't. I'm just ashamed to admit this one.
Okay. You do realize I could look on Steam, right, and find out exactly what you're playing?
You're welcome to try.
I'm welcome to try?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a challenge.
It is. It really fucking is.
It's a challenge? I like challenges.
Yes, because everything I know that you have a connection to, this game's not showing up on.
Oh, okay. I'll prove you wrong while I press this button and do my due diligence behind the scenes.
Okay.
He saddles up for this because this is a blindside. Hey, welcome, Border Prince. How's it going, man?
I'm fine, thanks. How you doing? Oh, we'll be live, are we? Sorry.
Yeah, we're live. You missed it, but it's okay.
It's very important. I need coffee. Yeah, sorry.
No, that's fine. You take your coffee. I've got my I've got my Glenlivet Nadura.
Good
that
choice.
I'm drinking. The El Rosso sherry casks. I strongly recommend it. So what I was saying is I want to talk about the lore and the story and the world of Warhammer. But I want to talk about, I guess there's like a socio-political aspect that's always hovering
Dragon,
around
your cat wants
this
attention.
toxically
I know, I'm
masculine
ignoring her.
franchise where women are not only hated and murdered on the regular, but they're disallowed from the positions of importance.
Yeah, it's constant. Yeah, it's true.
But
I like to call it the smell barrier. Any hobby which requires more dedication on the part of the user usually has coupled with it a more heinous smell of the players. So you've got like your Pokemon kids kind of normalish, but by the time you get down to D&D and Warhammer, like you need to put a fucking clothespin on your nose when you're walking in the hobby shop. So
He's not wrong on that. He's definitely not wrong.
No, he's not. No, he's not. I being someone who's played Yu-Gi-Oh, I can definitely tell you there is some.
So that explains the reason why Nick does the cocaine, to get rid of his sense of smell. So I can
Right.
enjoy
You see
40K.
the connection. Do you see the interconnections happening on this stream? The person who wanted to listen to Minecraft and all that shit. You see the interconnections happening here. The vet's kind of.
I'm just spitballing, so.
Oh, I know. But again, it's true. That's basically what it is. Because cocaine pretty much kills any form of sense of proper smell.
Lovely.
It's what it is. It's what it is.
Is that because he doesn't want to smell the asses of other men that he sticks his nose up?
Well, maybe it's the factor that he wants to really be able to hang out with Sean and not have to smell Sean in his end.
Yeah, there you go.
Or I mean, those Jamaicans, right?
Yeah, that is true. There is those Jamaicans. They do Jamaican and hit crazy. So it is a possibility, probability.
With the back rooms, $1,000, side abortion that you'd see like in Dirty Dancing.
Yeah. You don't see that all that often, but it does exist, especially when it comes down to Nicholas Rekieta, the man with the schnoz. Anyways, but let's continue.
that's what's keeping the women away. I don't know if it's socio-political more than it is.
It might be a contributing factor. Yeah.
Yeah, well, what I do is I went down to the local Mechanicus and I got rigged up a harness with some of that Febreze spray stuff, like right up here. And whenever I walk in, if someone gets in front of me, there's a motion sensor and it just hoses them down. That's how I keep the nastiness at bay.
Right.
But no, it is a nerd hobby, and in any sort of nerd hobby, you've got. Well, it was built by guys. And now that's not okay anymore. You can't have men building these worlds because men build worlds where men are actually cool, and women are there, but they don't necessarily have all of the same cool jobs as the men, and that is a problem.
I question that one there. I do.
Damn.
The Silent Sisters, the Sisters of Battle. They have some pretty cool jobs. More so than some of the men. Yeah. Very interesting. Me want to look that up one day. So, continue.
Problem in 2019, and we need to fix it immediately. We need more women getting horrifically maimed and murdered by Tyranids and chopped up by orcs. And
honestly, it feels like it's more like sponsored events that this is kind of happening at. I cannot recall for the life of me any time that I've been at a hobby shop, whether it was playing Magic or D&D or even kind of, playing around a little bit with Warhammer and stuff like that, where women were really present. It was always some dude's girlfriend. I'll be honest with you. It was you maybe had one or two female players who were actually really into it and they kind of blended in, but for the most part, it was pretty much a guy thing. And I think it's mostly, especially like in Magic and shit like that, you'll see kind of at tournaments, it's more like kind of PR stuff, but the hobbies themselves, I think, are kind of purely masculine. I haven't seen really anything to contradict that. At least that's my hot take on it.
No, and that's the interesting thing is that all of the pushback on this stuff comes from the predictable people, right? It's people who it's women who are longtime fans of the franchise who get basic things about it wrong. who don't you never see them at events. They're not showing up at these things. And then of course it's men white knighting for them. Like that's the ultimate thing is it just separates out the people who do care about the hobby from the people who just care about the hobby, and then the people who care about the hobby plus are trying to get into the pants of the women who will never sleep with them anyway.
Pretty much. I mean, there's a really great image macro from like on the V-boards and stuff that sums it up really well.
Did he just tell on himself or what?
He did. He did. See, it's always good to look back in history at all different eras just to see exactly where a certain individual just spelt it all out there, just put it right out there in front of you, and most people missed it, ignored it, didn't even see it. Yeah. But no. Honestly, I have like a whole list of different interesting spots for women, but especially in Warhammer. The world of Warhammer is weird, but I'm waiting until these novices give me something good.
I don't have it saved or anything, so I can't share it. But basically, it's a group of guys together playing a game. It's some kind of hobby. And then one of the guys brings his girlfriend with. And she doesn't really want to play the game, but he wants to get her involved in it. But she just likes the attention. And so she brings a few of her female friends who just kind of want the attention, which attracts guys that don't want to play the game but are interested in the girls. And by the time, this evolves to the last panel of this little like image comic and stuff, it's a bunch of casuals together who don't even really like the hobby.
I said I'm going to throw the link to someone.
Oh, boys.
Who?
Oh, boys. We'll have to wait to find out whether it's going to be a Jewish person or a non-Jewish person.
Yeah.
So, how much do you know about Warhammer?
Why don't you just flip a shekel to take a guess?
I don't like flipping shekels. I mean, if Penn's not decided to show up on her own, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not taking guesses.
We know it's not gonna be Penn.
Oh shit! Really? Damn. God, that would be just mind blowing. That's a complete, swing and a miss. It's a whoosh kind of,
Fuck.
experience.
That's depressing.
They
would like to have Penn join us again.
I know. Jeez, it's almost like she's a member of the group or something.
Yeah, it's like she's avoiding us or something.
Well, unfortunately for her, I mean, Jews all around. So I mean, one will replace another.
That's easily said than done. More smelly boys into the group.
Yeah.
How that works, I guess. That's how it works.
Hobby or familiar with it, they're just there.
Oh, that reminds me. This is also kind of an occurrence. Women in most men-related things, even wrestle. The that entertainment sport also has that kind of level to a degree.
Damn.
It does. It starts off as an all male type thing, and it kind of progresses into young women getting involved because of the big burly guys, and then by the time you realize it, you end up with WWE level of entertainment.
Yeah.
And rats. A lot of the ring rats. Don't forget the ring rats.
Ring rats.
That's what they're called. Well, like lot lizards. Well, those are ring rats. So, a lot of questionables happen behind the scenes.
Or we just neck the coke rats.
Yeah. Well, I mean, those are the coke cockroaches. That's a completely different thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Continuing.
To try to date each other, and they've driven away all the normal players because they're smelly and getting in the way of people hooking up. And I think that kind of sums it up, really.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what Halo did, right? That's what Halo did. It brought video gaming mainstream, and then in some ways ruined it. But
I have a hot take on that one.
What is your hot take?
I hate everything Halo. I think it was the bane of anything RPG, first person shooter type thing. It actually destroyed the entire genres in general because of something called Halo.
I got into Halo about the same time everyone else did. Halo 3. I never played Halo 1. I never played Halo 2, but I played Halo 3.
I played all the Halos, basically.
The only one I kind of liked was Halo Tactics, and most people hated it. So,
I only liked
otherwise, Halo
2
as
'cause of that
an
high.
entire genre, I think it was a waste of time.
I was gonna
And
say,
right now, it hasn't proved me wrong.
well, was when Halo 3, Halo 4, Halo Reach was pretty good, but those are like the only three that I would say that were good.
Listen, it wasn't so much. It was more the story and the graphics they had for that first Halo that made it kind of popular for the time. Because the Xbox, it was pretty much the premier game on the Xbox. I mean, that was the first game I got with the Xbox when I got it. And yeah, it was fun.
Okay.
Especially since it came with, the Xbox. What do you want?
I feel like there's a but.
Yeah.
But 4, 5, and 6 suck ass, and yeah, that's what I'm going with that.
I mean, like I said before, it's a franchise that's further going down.
It
the
should have
road.
quit after 3.
There's a lot of
They
franchises
had-
that should have
they
been
had-
bad things like that.
They had a good ending. That was like the perfect place to leave off for free.
I mean, Halo Reach was nice. It was a fun game.
What, Reach Around? That's an interesting game. Halo Reach Around.
Halo Reach was good. It had a good story. But I think they tried to intertwine too much in with the original Halo.
Look, when you're trying to explain the monsters, you pretty much done fucked up. And apparently, your Jew has arrived. And he left. And he just mentioned, I don't know what happened there. He just left. Oh, he's back again. Hello again.
Someone's going to lose credit score numbers.
I don't care, but I don't care about credit scores.
Hold on, let him come in. I need to ask him a question.
Damn.
Ray, what do you think of hummus? Would you like to make some?
I very much love hummus, and I would love to make some. Maybe I can stream me cooking hummus sometime.
Ooh,
so we have to find the blood of an innocent then.
No,
no,
that's fine. I mean,
No,
blood of Jews
hey.
works for me.
Hey, I got it. That's another streaming goal for Junie. If Junie does get all her goals, you got to do a cooking stream with her making hummus.
Oh, fuck.
God damn it, Sparky.
So I have to try to explain to her step by step how to make hummus. Great.
Yes, it'd be a good stream.
Sparky.
I feel like there's a problem already. Why do we allow him to do this to you?
I don't know. I don't know.
We allowed Sparky to think, apparently.
I know, right? Jeez.
So, what was your other question, Sparks?
No, that was it.
See, he's got to be extra careful with who's got power. Jesus. But yeah, no. Let's continue down this lovely, questionable Warhammer stream that with the nose and the Medicare.
Oh boy.
I guess to each their own. If you wanna be one of those guys who buys a woman to bring to Warhammer stuff, then that's more power to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me adjust my microphone. Some people in chat are saying it's a bit loud. Let me see if I can.
I turned you down a bit.
Oh, okay. If you got it on your end, then.
Yeah, it was my fault. Because some of my guests do come through really quiet, and you actually sound good and are voluminous, so you're fine. I've adjusted it, so it should.
That's a nice way of saying obnoxiously loud. See, that's that lawyer speak we all come to appreciate.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn you down even more now. No.
Before we move on, should we broach the subject of female space marines? Is this something that we want to go into now?
Yeah. I do want to talk about female space marines. So should we have space marines who are only good 3 out of 4 weeks, canon standard? Or would they all be blood angels and just be like really, really vicious for that one extra week?
I didn't just hear that, right?
The red thirst.
You heard it. You heard it correctly. Did you want to rewind that?
No, we don't need a double check tape.
I mean, I'll say this. That's actually funny. Back in the day when Nikki Rackets actually had a fucking sense of humor. So we just talking about we going down the memory lane?
Yeah, pretty much. So anything Medicare related is on the actual block of going down the memory lane. The reason why I picked this one here is because a certain Nicky the Nose has a certain word that he likes to use against his oppressors. We'll call it that. He calls everybody a nerd now, as a derogatory term, nerd. Even though he's gone on the books and many different times to proclaim that he is a nerd, as well as his 40K subscriber, Mark has this 40K kind of shit. So, and
Oh
he
well,
also brought in Jim for this beautiful show, and whoever this other nerd is that I kind of forgot, but he is the man behind the lore baron of 40K at this point for them, anyways.
oh well, that's obvious. I mean, you gotta get with the times. You want to be a cool conservative zaddy, then you gotta not be a nerd.
Yeah,
Nerd
right.
stuff is not cool.
I
Even though
know.
everyone that says it turns out to be a cocksucking fag.
Jesus, I know, right? Speaking of which, Jem yeeted himself out of existence. So we'll just wait for him to, get his dick out of his ass to
He'll be
actually come
back.
back. But until then, we will continue down this lovely trip down memory lane and hope like hell we can get past the first 20 minutes.
There seems to be a big push a lot of people want to do this female space marine thing, and again, it's exactly this. It's you read some of the lore books and you have a female character. She's a strong, independent woman, but she's able to punch a bloke, a full-grown like veteran warrior, in the face and knock him on his ass. And it's like, well, it's unrealistic. It really takes you out of the moment. And the thing with the Space Marines is, they're supposed to be this warrior order of knights. They're a brotherhood of knights. They're being indoctrinated to be super soldiers, and you're sticking women in there, it instantly ruins it. It takes away that whole aesthetic. It's gone. So I don't know what they're thinking with it. I think it's marketing. I think it's big. It's a big marketing push on them. They think they're going to get more women players because there seems to be a drive for that now across all industries. But GW is starting to go down that route now.
There we go.
Oh, Border Prince, you can't see this as well unless you have the stream up. But
yeah,
you're way off on the side of your frame.
Oh, am I?
And it's my thing has it cut off, so you got to be right in the middle. So either.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Thank you.
Center.
Thank you. Sorry. That again, it's all my garbage format that I
Boomer!
have. But this is.
He is that. I mean, he has grown to be even a very textile boomer.
Mm.
Oh God.
My show, and you will abide by the rules, sir.
I follow the rules. Yes.
Yeah, the female Space Marine thing is weird because Warhammer has all sorts of ways for men and women to equalize in whatever sort of capacity that they want. Like you have female assassins that are wildly powerful because of the augmetics. They can, and in some ways, the assassin cadres are pretty interesting because
there we go.
they can be as strong as Space Marines or as fast as them with
more so, yeah.
Even faster. Yeah, the Eversor assassins are hilariously overpowered. But that's never good enough, right? Like because on par of the lore, the Space Marines are the cream of the crop, and that's what matters.
Pretty much.
My art guy.
So again, I've already proposed this to other people. Rage, how good is your Warhammer knowledge?
Pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty good.
So the statement by Nicky the Nose here, how accurate is it?
That the Sikaris assassins are fast or faster than a Space Marine?
Yeah, something like that. Yes.
No. Are they fast? Yes. Have they been sent to try to be assassins against Space Marines? Yes. Were they able to be toe-to-toe in melee combat? No.
Yes.
They always had something that, was like, they set up an ambush. They caught them by surprise. There were several other fucking factors. Or, as most, especially if I remember Sikaris are the snipers, if I remember correctly.
They are the snipers.
So why in the fuck is he trying to say a Sikaris aren't melee? So why in the fuck would they ever be? If they're in melee, they'd be fucking murdered.
I know, right? But yeah, see, this another reason why I kind of see this is a guy that claims that he knows about Warhammer, and he brings another one who's supposed to be his guy to keep the lore in check. And even right now, just briefly, the lore checker hasn't kind of clapped back on this as of yet. So I don't think he will.
And Jim's kind of out.
Well,
Jim's out. Jim's out as he's always said. Yeah, my chat's gonna yell at me for getting everything wrong. So
No, and again, I'm not expecting Jim there, Metacritic, to figure this shit out because this is above his pay grade.
Well, not only that, but here's the other thing. It's like, one, because I actually do know who a border prince is. Not in a good light, but this dude, he's not like a fraud, if I remember, when it comes to lore.
No.
But you got to think of it this way: bro's a clout goblin, so you're not gonna push back, especially since at this point, Racket's had, I think, what, double his fucking viewership.
Yes, this would
Oh,
be
yeah.
his 40K stream. This would have put him way above this guy's pay grade for people watching, unfortunately. But even so, I would have pushed on that regardless of the factor. That's just me kind of. Yeah, you're kind of wrong.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, because if I remember correctly, Sikaris are the snipers. I'm trying to remember the ones that are the fucking murder machines.
Well, you have the death cult, which is pretty basic. You got the Inquisitors. You've got the Adeptus, or well, basically the Sisters of Battle.
No, but I'm talking about the groups of assassins. So you've got the Sikaris, and
Yes.
then you've got another that's specialized in poisons, and then you got one that essentially is like the Bane faction. Like, they're just hopped up on drugs. They basically are, you got all these guys that are silent, try and make it look like an accent. Then you got these guys that's like, yeah, we're sending a message of
you
we're
have
going to murder you.
the Vindicar Templar, Templar or Temple, yeah, because it all kind of based themselves in the Officio Assassinorum.
Yes.
So basically, you have a couple of different areas. I'm thinking you might be. No, I don't think you'd be thinking of the Dark Elder or the Derek.
No.
So that would be, yeah, that would probably put you into more of the temple kind of.
Yes, like I said, it's dealing with the assassins, and like I said, you got all these different ones that focus on a very specific thing when it came to assassination.
Yeah, because
I can't remember what the murder, the feral animal ones were.
Yeah, no, because you got the Vindicar, you've got the Caldeus, Aversor. There's a couple of, there was like another one that goes into that group, and they kind of weans out into other things. So, yeah, it is kind of, there's a lot. There's quite a few. I think there's like there's 8. There's 8 variances.
I believe so, or it's either 8 or 5 is what my brain is telling me. But anyways, we can try to be nerds about that later.
Yeah, but again, this guy should have pushed either way. That's all I could say. It would have been nice if this guy pushed. Anyway,
it's fine.
I know, right?
Our guy's yelling at me. He says, "I made this garbage format. Thank you." Well, yeah, I mean,
you're not wrong, or they're not wrong.
You're welcome. You're welcome. No, it looks good, but my operation of it is substandard. But yeah, so you've got this weird thing where they're trying to push women into, like, it's never enough. And that's what people, oh, I got the mouse on the screen. That's what people, of course, in all of these movements are noticing, that there's never enough apologizing. There's never enough allowance. It has to be beyond parody to be satisfying for them.
Which is saying something when it comes to 40K, which is in itself so absurdist and almost, pure parody of kind of that whole genre, that kind of idea, to take it a step further. But
they're taking it seriously. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's a crazy thing. I mean, it really is patronizing how they're doing it. I think they're approaching trying to get women involved in this like they would trying to play with a cat. They want to dangle something. They want to dangle something shiny like keys in front of them. Like, oh, the Space Marines, right? That's nice and shiny. You can cosplay as that. Won't that be cute? Like, that's the mentality they're taking with it.
What we need is we need a resident MRA on the stream to actually suggest that that's also how you get women into things, is to dangle something shiny in front of it. Just that, because women are like cats.
There you go.
I'm kidding. No, but so that is an interesting thing, and it'll be interesting to watch it develop. Of course, the funny thing with all of these genres is you have implications about who different races may represent, as far as Star Wars runs into this, right? Like the Trade Federation or whatever, they're obviously supposed to be Asian, and mainly considering they were all voiced by Asians. In real,
What are you giggling about over there?
He's right. He's right.
You figured it out?
No, when anyone ever brings that up, I just laugh. It's just like, yeah, I had.
Women are like cats. Just dangle items in front of them.
Wow.
That doesn't work after a while. And once they get to their 40s, they're like, "Wow, my life's ruined. I never met my dreams of being married to an actor / rock star / important person /
Yeah, I'm just
president."
I'm just married to this retard that got shot in the head and the army that only did laundry.
Mm-hmm. But yet gives her everything she ever could want.
I feel like that was a shot, like a genuine shot across the board.
Yeah,
It's true, isn't it?
he's been shot in the face. The point is,
Yeah.
Listen, all I'm saying is, at least with older women, they're less uppity and they give me less headaches.
oh, okay.
I said 40. Give it time.
Let's see. We have a Jedi that's saying the only assassin group I remember in 40K is the Murder Clowns.
The
All right.
murder clowns.
Murder.
No, man. I don't know who this
Nephew.
person you're talking about or this chatter, but no, man. Like, double check. There's the collection of assassins, and you've got like I believe 5 or like Rogue said 8.
Yeah.
And they all specialize. You had long range, you had your poisoners, and you had the melee psychos. You also had guys that just focused on shit like
I think
blackmail
what
and shit.
he's referring to is the Harlequins.
Yeah, he's talking about the Harlequins,
Yeah.
but it's like, no, man.
No.
We're talking, or at least I am talking specifically about the group of assassins in the Imperium. They have a entire fucking sect of assassins, and
Yeah,
the leader of the assassins used to be on the council.
Yeah, because Rage there has indicated the sniper types, which is the Vindicars, and then you have the infiltrators and the deception types, which pretty much you can say they're kind of shapeshifters. They use drugs in that in order to do that, which is the Kalidas temple. or
Kalidas,
Templar,
yes.
yes. And then you get into the combat, and then you've got the anti-psyker operatives. So
Yeah, it's
there's 4
and
for
Pariah.
that one, but when it comes down to even when you include the Eldar, which has 2, and then you have the others that have at least 3. So yeah, you're walking into about say 8 of them, different types. So yeah, the assassin class is pretty up there, and unfortunately for most Space Marines, there's at least 4 that you can fall back on.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Just see. I found it. There you go. See, look, there it is. It's up there. Anyways, but yeah, you're referring to the Harlequins, if I'm not mistaken. But anywho, yeah, let's get into his Star Wars lore, which has nothing to do with 40K.
really
I think
weird and
Wow.
uncomfortable ways. But
You gotta get that China money. You gotta get it.
yeah, and 40K has similar things. Orcs. I don't even know if orcs are supposed to be a particular race or not, but there's lots of speculation that they are.
It's fine.
And that's because they started off.
You don't have to know everything about 40K. You just have to know enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fuck up.
it just so happens that you have 2 basic nerds for 40K, and then you have Jem, who's pretty much all he knows about is the video game, and you have the other 2 who are here that pretend that they're knowledgeable. But if we go to Draconith, he's really knowledgeable on sex related games. So go to him if you want to
Look,
get all the dirty game knowledge.
Oh, and also if you want an easy cheat sheet to remember the assassins, I usually just go rule of thumb. It's like Vindicari. How do I know Vindicari are the sniper assassins? Simple. A Vindicar was the one that tried to assassinate that Pope that tried to do that fucking heresy shit.
Yeah. 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 So there you go. So
Calixtus assassin. That was the murder. That was the drug fueled Bane motherfuckers.
yeah. That's correct.
Sorry,
Yeah,
my brain just
that's
.exe.
yeah. Brain memory and the whole gimmick is kind of interesting. It eventually kicks in. Time, but it eventually kicks in.
Exactly, like a boomer. I'm boomering,
It
guys.
is what it is. It is what it is. Anyways, let's continue. Let's see how these nice boomers and that young man that's supposed to know a lot of things is going to handle the situation.
Oh boy.
As these representative microcosms in sort of a small work. And I think all of these things end up, they never plan for how big they get. So then when they get big and they have to enter sort of this idea of mainstream awareness. And 40K, the Games Workshop has definitely pushed that with all of the licensing they've done over the past couple years. I mean, any video game studio could get a license for Warhammer IP.
Oh, shit.
Any video game studio who wanted it, and that was
There's
a big.
Warhammer Monopoly now. It's mental. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want that. Although isn't Broadway Cadia and didn't Cadia like Cadia broke? So that's
It did.
that's a terrible. Or no, I think Broadway might be Terra, but I think Park Place is Cadia. So it's what a disaster that is. So but yeah, they're definitely pushing to get it into the mainstream, and I think that's because my understanding is that in the late '90s and early 2000s, Games Workshop was really in a vulnerable position. They were losing money. The property wasn't doing well. They weren't managing the IP well, and that's when I think they started with Black Library, really firing up the publishing aspect of it, and then launching IP licenses all over the place. Some of them good, and most of them god awful. But I buy all of them just in the hopes that there's one good game that comes out of it.
Yeah, keep hoping. Every time I buy a 40K game, I always say, in the back of my head, I'm like, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good, but hope wins out, and so I purchase it, and then I'm like, I'm looking forward. Well, it's not even 40K; it's just Warhammer, though. But they've got that Diablo-like game coming out, so maybe that looks good. Maybe that'll actually be really well.
I know the reason of why Games Workshop kind of went into their decline. Kind of a weird one, but I guess you guys don't remember the boom that they had in the early 2000s. They ended up getting that huge boom is because of the Lord of the Rings that they did, and yeah. Well, once that bubble was burst, it was over, pretty much over. They've been trying to do a complete turnaround, so they've got their price increases, their retail strategies, and a few other different things. But unfortunately, their fall from grace is because of Lord of the Rings.
Well, I mean, the other fall from grace has to be, you have these overly expensive factories for making your molds and shit, and you keep upping prices versus use the modern tools and slash prices and watch the money just roll the fuck in. At least then people will respect you.
Yeah, well, that would be a kind of a plan, a strategy that you want to keep that available slush fund coming in, regardless if it's trickling in. You still want to have that keep going. But unfortunately, by the time they got to their price increases, that would have been roughly about 2013, 2015, somewhere in there, when they decide to increase, because they had a decline in sales. Because again, Lord of the Rings.
Rip.
I know, right? Who would have saw that coming?
Yeah,
Now they're going to ruin
special Lord of the Rings special release set. Always seems to do poorly.
Yeah,
and they're also about to ruin Warhammer Fantasy once again. They had a shot at it with End Times and made it pretty dog shit.
Yep.
And now they're going to revive it just to fucking kill it again. Yippee!
I know. Are we excited?
Oh, so excited.
I know. Thank God I just focus on the books. Anyhow.
It looks okay. It looks okay. The Mechanicum one that came out recently was okay. It's just everything's sort of just okay. You know, Battlefleet Gothics come out recently, the second one, and it's okay. But you want something truly great, like the Days of Space Marine or the first Dawn of War. You know, those are glory days, and I don't know. I don't think we're going to get anything on that caliber again soon.
You know, the second Dawn of War, I know a lot of people didn't like the campaign. I sucked so bad at the multiplayer battle version.
Whoa,
like
pause. People love Dawn of War 2.
Oh, look, this is the guy that was sucking so bad on a few other different things while he was at Hedonism, I think. I speculation.
Yeah, because I was going to say, at least from my cursory knowledge, back when I was a little teeny bopper, I remember. So here's how I got into Warhammer. Almost said Warframe there.
I would have smacked you, but also would have let you go.
So I remember I was in Game Store, right?
Mhm.
I'm not interested in the modern games. I'm like, yeah, this is boring, don't care. And, I think I'm rolling around on my PS2 or my Xbox. I'll have to double check my library, which I have right behind me. But I was looking at the bargain bins, and I came across an interesting game, a very strange looking game that proceeded to prompt me to want to look into this shit. And that game was Blood Bowl.
That was pretty good. I like Blood Bowl.
I actually got that for Christmas once.
And it was fucking wonderful. Holy shit. Blood Bowl was great. Then I remember Total Biscuit talking about it, and I was just like, sweet Jesus, this is amazing.
Yes.
And then we got Blood Bowl 2, and that was fucking amazing. Oh, hang on, I think I found it. And
God, he's nerding out.
I'm nerding out. Eh. Oh, what the fuck? Borderlands, how'd you get in there? Fuck you. No one likes you.
Well, not anymore.
Well, that is true. I also have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Battle Nexus. Fuck yeah. Anyway, yeah, so I got into that. Fucking Blood Bowl 2. Story was amazing. Campaign amazing. A lot of great stuff. Then they started to fuck it up a little. And then we got Blood Bowl 3. And sweet Jesus, I'm thankful I never even bought it. Like,
Yeah.
I looked at that. I saw the warning signs and I was like, nah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, but yeah, no. The over use on licensing also didn't help their cause. Fortunately,
They kept licensing shit versus just focus on what you have and make it cool and make it fun.
yeah. This is what happens when you have companies that get away from making good games to then having to deal with stakeholders and their demands. And unfortunately, when it comes down to stakeholders, they're like
Infinite
shareholders.
growth.
Yes.
Yeah, here's a word of advice for anyone that wants to be an up and coming producer or literally fucking anything, especially in the games industry. If someone suggests to, go on the open market, go on the stocks, open yourself up like that, just go on the darknet, pay for a hitman, and make sure the hitman fucks that guy's wife and then proceeds to tap both of them and make sure that conversation's never had again.
Yeah. Or hopes like there's a mistress that is happening, and so it's a 2-for-1. Anywho, but yes, don't fall in the trap of stakeholders. It leads to a very bad time. Anyway,
Do what Valve does. Private investment and holding, and you only give out stock to those you actually trust and whose money you're interested in.
yeah, that would help, but that doesn't always work because shareholding used to be a huge thing, but we've gotten away from it and gotten into stakes. So it's a terrible idea.
We should have we should do a fucking nerdy ass thing of just talking about business shit later.
I know, right?
Yeah, because we would have wonderful conversations. Anyway, continue the.
I know. I was going to hit that button.
I would start a game and I'd lose in like 3 minutes, so I was obscenely discouraged from trying ever again. But the Last Stand mode was
Wait. He was discouraged in losing.
Yeah, he was discouraged because he was getting his ass kicked in multiplayer because he doesn't know how to.
But
find
he's
keys and
doing
shit.
multiplayers in real time, and he's still fighting. Hell, he's
Holy crap.
giving up shekels to people to fight other people. It's weird. He's getting child enthusiasts to fight other people that are against him. It's interesting. It's interesting how this entire thing is turned. Continuing.
Christ.
You gotta have aged, huh?
Yeah.
really fun.
Doesn't age well.
That was the one where you had one hero that you controlled, and the other two players would control one hero, and you had like a wave assault thing. You had to get through 20 waves of enemies, and it got wildly difficult past like wave 16. And that was a fun game. I really wish they would have continued that. Of course, with Dawn of War 3, instead they just like jerked off on a copy of Dawn of War 2 over and over and over again, and then sold that or something. It's such an ugly disaster of a game. But Last Stand was fun. Dawn of War 1 was great. It was really, really fun until suddenly everybody just stopped playing one day, and all the servers kind of depopulated. Eternal Crusade was good up until they released it. Then it turned to garbage.
Yeah.
But I do have hope for Chaos Bane. I played the beta a little bit. I played Inquisitor. I put probably 50 hours into Inquisitor, and
is this Inquisitor Martyr?
Yeah, and it's just slow. It's like, this is a Diablo style game. You should be killing hordes and hordes of enemies. It should be fast paced. You should not be sitting here taking like 5 swings to kill one guy, and then when there's 40 on screen. That was actually the Diablo 3 problem originally, was how eventually it got too tedious to play. And then they changed that around and made you into a probably too strong now. But then Martyr is the same thing. It's this boring, like, it's a tactical action RPG. I don't want that. I just want the action part.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. It can be done well. Tactical action RPG. It's just you have to think what kind of mechanics you're putting in, but it can work. Oh,
yeah. Chaos Bane seems to be better because you're swinging, you're hitting multiple enemies, you're killing hordes of things at a time, and then you have to focus down mini bosses and bosses. That's kind of how those games should be.
I just hope the difficulty on that is good. The thing that turned me off at Diablo 3, aside from just the always online crap and the auction house and stuff like that, was the difficulty. Like, if you go to play that game on normal or even just hard or whatever it is ridiculously easy.
Yeah.
Like, you'll find yourself, you'll almost be zoning out. It's like you don't even have to pay attention to what's happening on screen. It's so easy at a certain point. And like when I'm burning through a boss in 20 seconds, I'm like, something's really wrong here. And then you go and read, and they're like, yeah, you have to set it at the most extreme difficulty. But oh well, you're gonna have to start over. You can't switch once you started the campaign. So I was like, oh god.
Did you play Diablo 3 early, Jim?
No, I did not. No, man. I did not play Diablo 3 early. I stayed away from it.
When they first launched it and you got past the hell difficulty or whatever, and you unlocked the I think it was called Inferno or Torment or something. You got to the first one. It was really difficult. And then when you got to the second act of that Inferno difficulty, you got one-shotted, like pretty much everybody. And it was brutal. It was so freaking hard for a long time. That was great.
Whoa.
That was great. It got really, really tough. Although same thing on normal, Diablo 3 was pretty easy. Once you got to the hell difficulty and above, it started to get hard. And now, of course, it's just like a click to get to level 70 as fast as possible, and then the game starts, which is a weird play, but they do it. But it's been around for, like 6-7 years now, so people don't care about the backstory anymore. It's just, I want to try a new thing.
No, they're all excitedly looking forward to Diablo Mobile. I mean, I think we're all fingers fucking crossed for that. Who needs a proper sequel? Give me that mobile.
Wow. Mobile was actually successful.
Weird, I know. Mostly in Asian countries, which is weird.
Again, not shocking. I wish people would just realize that the mobile market is actually stronger than any console or computer market out there.
I mean, and that's why you kind of got the handhelds now that people have been buying like crazy. Like, what was it? Steam came out with a handheld, then everybody had to have a handheld. Like
Yeah.
Asus made one. But here was the funny thing. Steve did it at the right time to where everything was real cheap, and their handheld is still hands over better and cheaper than anyone else, like these big, tech companies that built them, which is hilarious.
Yeah,
Because they made theirs completely open source to where you could upgrade it however you want down the road eventually.
As of basic earnings that they have, this is mostly for 2022. As of November of 2022, it has surpassed 300 million in revenues, with China accounting for over 144 million in the total revenue. So mobile market is insanely good because, again, as I like to remind people, that's 2.6 billion users in the mobile market versus a soft lock up the remaining for the 50% and roughly about 24 to 26% in the console market as well as in the computer market, and it kind of switches back and forth on who's leading on that share. But when it comes down to it, the mobile market is where it's at. It's where it's at. So certain gamers out there that poo-poo mobile market, 2.6 billion. That's a lot of monies. It's a lot of monies.
Usually, mobile is how the company stays floating.
No shit. Or how mobile games move over from the mobile
that's
market
why
into
basically
the computer
Microsoft
market.
bought it was for the mobile gaming.
But
Candy Crush.
Yeah, that's a big thing. They didn't buy it for COD. They bought it for Candy Crush.
Yeah.
And most people don't get it. I love it.
People
Anyways,
don't know that Candy Crush is under that umbrella.
well, it was kind of purchased. It was one of those weird ones that because of a certain mobile companies dividing up their assets, other people bought them and held on to them because they were money makers.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, hello.
So here's the fucking problem. Here's the thing. First off, I've got many things. I was off on the can hearing Nick say how I'm guessing they were talking about Retribution, Dawn of War Retribution, how it's slow and because he was playing the Inquisitor. And it's like, no, it wouldn't have been fun if it was like Diablo where you're killing hordes and hordes. That's not how those games were supposed to fucking be. No. I fucking hate that idea. It's like, no, then it would just be Diet Diablo. And everyone would choose to play Diablo. As for the mobile market, well, back in the day, the mobile market was not really, this happening sort of thing. It was kind of just seen as a mediocre kind of shit where you went and made your shit trash games. Now, it's ballooned to billions. So, of course, tides have shifted. I mean, fuck. If I remember looking at Xbox's Xbox's metrics.
Yeah, the metrics.
It's real fucking dire, guys.
Oh yeah,
in I believe it was like in Britain or somewhere, like at least in the European area. Barely cracked like 60K or something, if that, and that's for the Series X.
Damn.
Yeah, it's doing horribly. And, as Rogue had said, the Steam Deck, it's actually pretty pricey, if I remember what. We're talking like 400 or something.
Yeah, depending on which model that you want, you'll price yourself into the 360 to almost $600, depending on.
Yeah, and I got the, I was one of the original people. I got the old LCD, and I wish I had waited for the OLED, and maybe I need to ask if I can swap.
But you can swap it, but you could also upgrade the screen yourself.
Yeah, a lot of the parts that they have inside it are you can just like your PC upgrade it yourself. So
you can replace it with a 1080p QHD.
Yes, but that would require me to, one, have the space, and two, the skill to do such things.
It doesn't. It's not even
it's like
really
Legos.
that hard.
They designed it like the Legos.
I could
Just like
Oh,
send you a video how to do it.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
Okay. But yeah, no, I got
So he's got to be careful of how fat his fingers are after counting.
I mean,
all
if
the
you can
shekels.
stand listening to Linus Tech Tips, that's the
Oh
most
God,
in-depth one.
the other crazy Canadian.
Yeah,
questionable
but he's
guy.
more in depth on the installation as far as I can
Yes,
tell.
he is.
as long
But
as
no.
someone's actually checked him, because I've been
Anthony.
very
No,
careful.
he's been checked by a few,
Or-
but
All
yeah,
right.
It's no longer Anthony; it's something else. But
Because Linus
Yes.
has definitely, in my opinion, gone downhill when it comes
oh,
to quality.
he's
oh, good.
the moment he was left off of his leash is the moment it went downhill.
Well,
And-
actually, he's
uh,
now on a leash technically. So.
Yes. They
But-
had
he
to put him
still
back on
owns the
set.
company, but he's no longer the boss of the company.
Good. But as I was getting at, so the reason why the Steam Deck does so good is because one, it's just modability and its versatility. Like
Mhm.
hell,
Mhm.
even at the prices that the goddamn thing is selling at, Steam has said it was sold at a loss. But this is the thing that a lot of people don't get is you make up for it in sales in other ways.
Correct.
So with Steam and how it went, it was basically here you go. Now more people can play in all sorts of places, and not only that, like I've modified mine. Holy shit, the stuff you can do, the crazy shit I've seen people do from just the regular playing video games on it, to full on turning it into a Decker's hacking device.
Yes.
Like I know
yeah.
in the hacker community, a lot of people squee and are having so much fun with it.
Oh yeah. Well, like
Yeah.
I said, the AOS, like I said, everybody else made theirs, and it was an inferior product and a more expensive.
Mhm.
Now, Steve didn't lose that much money. I know for a fact. And you got Asus and MSI made their own. Complete shit in comparison to Steam Deck, especially price. But they did it at a time where these parts were a lot cheaper, and they're the reason the price went up because everybody else started doing it.
Correct.
Yep.
I
They
mean,
do that.
so
But
get-
their
getting
biggest
back-
thing though is they have, because of this, they've made their own OS system,
Mhm.
or their own operating system,
they're all they've been made a modified version.
and
of,
it's being used on computers now, like
Yeah.
regular computers, because
Oh,
they
yeah,
saw and it's starting to gain a lot of popularity because it's not Windows or fucking Apple. So it's not.
Precisely. And here's the other wild thing is, they had
It's
been
open
working
source.
on, they've been working on the OS for a few years prior to releasing the deck. It was essentially Proton and stuff like that, and then they
Yes.
just souped it up, modified it, and then made big picture mode work on the deck, and it works great. Though my only complaint, and maybe this is because mine is a little fucky wucky, how long is that battery life supposed to be?
It's guesstimated. You'll be lucky if you can squeak out about 2 hours. They claim it's supposed to be like 4 to 6.
Well, it depends on what you're doing.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I was gonna
honestly,
say,
it depends on
I
how far
barely
you're
can-
pushing it, and
I can barely squeak out 2 hours
Yeah,
when
no.
I'm trying to when I was playing Hades.
Yeah, no, that is a normal. So you have to make sure your battery pack is close by for it to absorb all of that lovely juice. But no,
Raw hugger.
yeah.
all right, back up to the
Yeah, no, I was gonna finish. Yeah, by 2010, mobile gaming has passed everything. So, anyways, let's continue, and let's try to keep our snakes on the plane.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
All I
Yeah.
do all day is I call up Google and Samsung and I'm like, your phone better be ready. Your phone better be ready for my Diablo mobile game, because if I get frame lag on your stupid hardware, I'm suing you.
Oh god.
That's the majority of my day until I go on stream. So
Fuck.
I'm really glad that they're doing that. It seems like a
I'm mad
wise
that that
choice.
piece of shit is
Now, did
gotten
you ever play any of like the?
Well,
popular as it's gotten.
it is what it is, unfortunately.
Yeah.
early games? Like I remember playing Space Hulk back on Saturn, and like that game was just fucking unmerciful.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
Ah,
I
Spaceball.
didn't play it back then, but I bought it on Steam a while back and tried to play it. I got just murdered immediately.
That's normal.
Immediately. Gene Stealer comes up and just rapes your guy immediately.
Oh yeah, no, it'll straight fuck you into the dirt. Yeah.
I've got to go to the best game ever. Was Shadow of the Horned Rat. I don't know if anyone ever played this, but it's the hardest, most difficult game you've ever played in your life.
I've never played that.
It's amazing. You can't find it anywhere now. There's like a big version you can download and play, but it's the most difficult game ever. It gives you missions that you can't win. You literally can't win. It puts you into a mission so you die a bit, and then you have to carry on the campaign. But it's like in the fantasy. It's in the fantasy setting, so you lead like a mercenary army and you go all the way around the map. But it slaughters you. It's the hardest game in the world, hands down. You know.
Was it a PC game or?
It was on. They released it on like PlayStation 1 back in the day, but it was PC originally. But it had a sequel, Dark Omen, which is a bit more accessible. They toned it down a bit, but the first one was brutal, completely brutal.
A lot of people in your chat are screaming out Path of Exile. Yeah, I mean that's fucking fantastic if you're looking for Diablo done right, I suppose, after the disaster that Diablo 3 was.
I don't play Path of Exile. I tried for a little bit and then I just quit because I was unfamiliar and I just don't have a lot of time to play games. But,
You're waiting for that mobile game. I got you.
Wait. He does have time to play that game. He played that game while he was at Hito too.
Yeah.
What?
You put Path of
He played his games while he was at Hito too. Do you know what Hitoism 2 is?
No, I don't.
So that's a thing that happens in Jamaica where all the deviants get together and swap keys and that's a swingers event. So Lady Racket and good old Nikki in the Nose went over to Jamaica for a couple of weeks and did a live show there, leading to Kiwi Farms figuring exactly where they were exactly. And Nikki in the Nose denying the factor that he was at Hito 2 for the longest time until recent.
Until he admitted it in DMs to people.
Yeah.
So what I'm understanding right is basically him and his wife went to a swap partners event.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
And denied it while live streaming at the event.
Yep.
That is very, very true too. Yes.
It was pretty disgusting, and it's why everyone like doesn't respect this fuckwad anymore. I mean,
not just that, but just for you, Dragon. He was talking about two very black dudes that they were friendly with. And those two black dudes happened to be employees, or at least strippers, for that event, and were known to also be hookers on that event.
You know, also gave
I'm sorry, what was the last? I didn't quite hear that last one.
Hookers, hackers.
They were a bunch of whores.
Yes.
On hack tours.
Yes.
And he was praising them.
Yeah. They were nice guys. They were nice guys.
Or not only that, he gave one of the female ones $1,000 because somehow they accidentally got pregnant.
Yeah, they found that Nikki the Nose and Lady Rackets found out that this lovely lady that magically somehow got prego and she would no longer be employed in hedonism too because that was a bread and butter apparently. So according to Nick, and so he talked to the lovely Jamaican dudes to set it up so that she can get $1,000.
Yep.
So
that whole
his baby or was his baby?
We'll never know. Maybe we'll never.
No, Rogue. We'll know. Just let him go on another mental breakdown.
Eventually, we'll find out. But right now, we won't know for sure.
There's
we
somebody
may
with
see mulatto
DMs.
baby. We may not. We won't know for a bit.
There's somebody with DMs. I'm going to laugh if the divorce arc ever becomes true.
Oh fuck!
And Kayla goes, "All right, motherfucker, you drug me through shit. Here it goes," and just post everything.
God, yes. I'll be so fucking happy.
That would be hilarious to see.
I'm purposely
I
mad.
wish.
Yeah, see, I purposely have a vendetta against that guy because, to my fucking knowledge, and feel free to correct me, but I was under the impression Rekieta said he was Jewish.
Not to my knowledge. No, he's Christian.
I was hearing that he was Jewish.
No, he belongs to a Christian regiment.
Fair enough. Because
Christian Judea something.
oh god, Judeo-Christians.
Yeah,
Maybe
Judeo-Christianity.
like that,
yeah.
but he, like I said, he belongs to a Christian sect.
Oh boy. Yeah, no. For me, for the longest time, I was like, oh boy, because at first I was like, oh cool, this guy is like got some Jewishness to him. Well, that's nice. Nice to actually see a wholesome Jewish lawyer with his big old family.
Yeah.
But then this shit happened, and I'm just like, I hope you burn.
Yeah, so according to his podcasts or his interviews and that, he's always discussed his Christian faith and his influence, how that also influences his legal practices going forward. That he's hang on, gets better. That he's also a conservative and a libertarian. So that's kind of an interesting combination.
Yeah, that's one fuck of an interesting combo you got there, mate.
Sounds like grifting terms for dick sucker all around.
Yeah,
on the neck.
this came out all during Comic-Gate and Weeb Wars. So just to remind people that this is all kind of a combination and a collation of shit and shenanigans, and it's like, wow, you've really kind of fucked yourself by trying to claim that you're a good old Christian boy, and it turned out to be completely wrong. Jesus fucking Christ! And yes, I'm not surprised that Microsoft would not stop supporting until 2025 for Windows 10 at least. I wish they may be considered after they bring out Windows 12.
They might have to reconsider because the Army's like, we're not paying extra.
Yeah.
Fix it. The Army, here's the thing. The reason they do that is so, like, the government, who doesn't like to update every 7 years.
Yeah.
They like to keep equipment for 20 years.
Yeah.
And they know. I mean, they just updated to the new one because they got secure. They made a secure version for the military. And like, oh, now we're going to end it. The military's like, the government's kind of like, what?
It's like, listen, you either fix this and you say never mind, or you're gonna have to get a couple new CEOs.
Yeah, they're actually they were actually considering trying Bill Gates for this. This is behind closed doors.
Wait, why Bill Gates?
He's not really involved with this anymore.
He's the owner? Okay, I thought he
and this has been his he set this into fruition with Windows 7 or long before that, actually, where they would just stop doing updates after a while for their older programs, and they're just like, we just got this, we just updated 90% of the military to Windows 10. Now you're saying we have to get 11, and our programs we barely got to work with 10 that are fucking decades old, like almost a couple decades or so old. That have been used since the 80s. I'm
kind of questioning the whole Bill Gates thing because he's no longer an active role and hasn't been an active role. No, he is not. He's not an actual. He's considered an active shareholder, but he has no official title.
No, but.
He doesn't even have hold.
Well, we'll see. There are things I can't get into it. I can't really get into it.
Rogue, remember, on paper, he's got nothing. But
no, I get that. But even behind the scenes, I know he has nothing.
So here's the fun part. Even though he has no effective power or control of the company, his name is still on the company.
Founders.
Yeah.
No, he's a co-founder.
Oh, he is?
Yes, he's a co-founder.
He's still on that charter, though. So.
Also, you guys, you're taking it the wrong way, Rogue. I'm saying, and hey, yeah, I know I have no actual official power over you or anything, but I do have this video of you.
No,
Jimmy
I get that, but
Undercunt.
the problem is they have just as much of information on him as they do that he does on them.
Yeah, probably
It's-
true.
Mutually
it's
assured.
There's no
very-
probably. It's true.
Mutually
it's a
assured
mutual
destruction.
stalemate.
Yes.
It's
So,
usually a mutual stalemate.
Yeah. Anyways, yes.
So, what I found is like he is not involved in the lawsuit of 11. He is still involved with a last lawsuit with the last Microsoft software change, but not with this one with 11.
Correct.
That's probably coming.
Well, then hasn't started yet. That's
Yeah.
why they said fix it, and we're going to see what's happening. Because
it's realistically, like I said before, and the future, which is 11 going beyond, it has nothing to do with him, unfortunately, or him or Melinda.
Please, military, listen. I have so much giggling contempt for you, but do this one funny thing: switch over to Linux and just allow me to have that giggle.
Yeah,
I mean, your shit'll probably still break because all the stuff barely works. The new and old is shit.
actually, funny thing about that is most of those programs are originally Linux. Here's the thing.
Oh, so
The government is working on programs from back that used to work on that would work on a Commodore 64.
There's still some places utilizing XP.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we're using DOS-based programs on Windows to this day for the military. And the only reason they don't want to update it is because they have to transfer all the information. They had all the files have to be transferred, and they could do it, but they never do because the systems update so often. So they just go in and redo the programs.
Yeah,
and you'd have to make it backwards compatible. They don't want to deal with that bullshit.
Every time they've done something backwards compatible, a new OS comes out, and they have to. It's like, why bother?
I can't imagine. They're getting ready to do a drone strike on like some major military target. They don't take this target out. World War III is gonna start right in the middle when they get ready to fire. The fucking Windows pop-up comes up. You must update your system now. Goodbye.
Pretty much.
Blue screen of death just as they're over the drop zone.
Sparky, that has happened.
I know.
Not to that extent, but it has happened.
No. Okay, so
it's the fact that they don't update their computers. If you update, here's the thing: they actually had to for Windows. The big thing was the updates. So they have to. The military version has to have a no updates version where the updates is completely turned off. And every time they update, shit stops working.
No shit.
Because the updates break the stuff they have.
No shit.
He's just older than fucking dirt.
I'm just imagining someone
It's
should
bad.
make this a cinematic like video where it's like, you have the drone strikes, they're about to descend, it's going to cause World War III, and then the Windows update pops up, the drones stop, and then everyone realizes, oh shit, okay, we actually got too far. Let's walk it back. Bill Gates.
Have you ever watched Steve Carell's Space Force?
No, I have not.
No, hang on. I actually got the clip right here.
Okay, you're talking about that. Okay, if it's a Space Force clip, I think Sparky knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I've already got it. It's in private. No, come on, bring it up.
Come on, bring it up, Rogue.
Give me a moment. I've got to move things.
This is fucking so true in so many ways. It's like when that clip came out, everybody in the fucking who's ever worked on a military computer and logging and data and everything. Oh yeah, this fucking shit. Oh, it's so fucking true.
It's so true and so funny.
There,
it's fucking true.
We all can relate.
Anyways, here we go.
The remote navigation.
Yep, here it is. Yep,
Dr. Chan, recalculate the new thruster data and relay it to Blue Oyster called immediately instance.
Okay, roger that, Doctor.
Fuck!
What's wrong? Seriously, auto-updating now?
General, I won't be able to calculate the right data for the satellite for 49 minutes.
How long till impact?
11 minutes and 44 seconds.
Fuck Microsoft! Okay. Fuck!
Yep.
All right.
This is fucking
Adrian,
true.
please tell me we have a plan
On so
B.
many levels.
There we go. Good.
But then the program won't work, so it doesn't matter because it fucking interferes with it.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious. This is so fucking hilarious because it's true.
So true.
No, but like I was gonna say, Gates, he's more into the mRNA technology, which is the COVID and all that kind of shit. Surveillance technology that he's really invested heavily in, which is within several different military contracts for your spy satellites, Earth now, and a few other different things. And he's still trying to get people to eat the bugs.
Yeah, he eats hot dogs in New York.
I would also like to just mention what the chatter said. Does this mean that some poor private is still dealing with Clippy?
Yes.
There is one poor private out there who is still battling Clippy.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that is actually not a lie. How there are people that are battling 3.11.
Yep. Yep. That is.
I am not fucking kidding.
How to destroy the entire military-industrial complex.
Here's the funny thing.
Get him
These
to download Bonzi Buddy.
Yes,
here's the fucking thing. It is so the military is so screwed up in this aspect of how it works on stuff like this. You couldn't take down the computer systems of the military simply because the fact it's like, imagine every Microsoft Windows since the beginning being used by a company in different forms. That is the U.S. military. You might take down the newer shit, like up to 7 and then, but the rest of it's still going to go on fine because it's like, I don't know what this is. Fuck it.
I've actually seen a hacker organization, or at least the people that deal with the Indian, scam artists, and they do the whole put in the older version of Windows, and the Indian scammers don't even know what the fuck it is. They think it's like Linux or something or an Apple.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
hilarious.
no. One of my favorite ones had to be, so this is actually why a lot of nuclear stuff is running on, not Asus.
No, you're talking, it's a lot of shit from the nuclear era is still running on Commodore.
Yeah,
64. Commodore 64.
Commodore 64.
Well, it's not called that. It was called, what the hell was it called? Not OS1. ASCII? ASCII.
I think it's ASCII. Yes.
But like I said, most of that shit runs off of Commodores.
Yeah.
If you know how to move the turtle, you've got it made.
And somebody started making a Commodore computer again for people who wanted to sell it, and apparently a shit ton of government officials were like, "Hey, replacement parts right there. It's completely adaptable with our programs. Buy those."
What was that?
And he was sold out. He was like, he couldn't understand it. It's like,
wasn't that the 8-bit guy?
Yep, the 8-bit guy the government bought a whole bunch of his computers because they're they can do the exact same thing. They're faster and better, but just as durable.
Yeah, I mean, it's just DOS.
And that was hilarious because he was like, that was not my, because that was not his intention.
Hey, that's what happens.
Bro should enter a government. He should have been like, hang on, you're the military and you're wanting this? All right, that would be $1 million a pop.
Well, he wasn't the only one that was doing it, but I just found it with the fact that he was the one that they did that for, and I did that with, and I'm like, that's hilarious. That's absolutely hilarious. So now they're updating these computers, and that's the problem. A lot of these. Well, the next problem is a lot of the people that are doing this are aging out.
Yep.
A lot of the people who know the program, so they're trying to teach the younger guys this, and they're like, a command prompt.
Yeah, DOS is
it's like, because it's basically DOS. It's like, I have to put this disk in there.
Oh, yeah, DOS 1, DOS 2.
Yeah. Here's the really cool thing about this. His computer can you can add a SIM slot into it to use a SIM card.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
So now they no longer have to worry about disk. Now they have to worry about losing the SIM cards.
Yeah. Smaller package.
Because here was the thing. The problem with the disk drives was they're starting to fail. I mean, they made it about 40 years. That's fucking
I
impressive.
mean,
3
the
and 4.
disk drive wasn't designed to last that fucking long.
Oh no, it wasn't. I mean,
the Evolution 64 is what it's called, I believe.
I mean, the only reason Texas Instruments still makes stuff like that every once in a while is because the military needs it, and they're the ones that basically did that. And this guy basically, hey, it's a knockoff Commodore, and it's completely adaptable with Commodore programs. So it's like, oh, we can use this. Really fucking funny.
Imagine if they used Nintendo products for the military and they wanted to fix them a new Nintendo suit the military.
Sparky, guess what?
I know they have.
They do.
Yes.
we had in basic training, we had a Nintendo for range training, like Duck Hunt, and then we had
kidding me?
Nope. Like Duck Hunt, because they had an adapter you could put on an actual rifle. And when the rifle would click, the sensor would go off and it would set a bead of light and hit the target. Now it was wildly inaccurate because the thing was jitter all over the fucking place and wasn't really working great. But when they did the Super Nintendo model, which they did do, I mean, it worked a little bit better because the processing power. But
you're not wrong, Jedi. You're definitely not wrong on that one.
Like I said, the military does some weird shit. But here's the thing. The military loves gamers because guess what? Call of Duty had this thing called a drone before we had drones. Funny how that works, huh?
I know, right?
And then all these coding using drones to blow up people, and all of a sudden we see stuff like this happening in a foreign country named Ukraine.
Yeah,
and they're really prolific at it after playing fucking Call of Duty.
Hey, don't talk to Russians about that because they
already know.
They have their own team.
But here's the thing: the military and gaming. I mean, hell, we had a Nerf grenade, a Nerf football grenade.
I'm not surprised.
Back in World War II.
I know what you're talking
about. The only reason, I knew about that before the fat electrician talk. A lot of the weird shit. Why does the grenade look like a baseball?
Because we play baseball.
Yeah, kids play baseball. Yeah. It's amazing how the government, like a lot of shit, is used by the government in fucking really
a lot of shit
ways.
that
and now
also cool.
And so on and so forth.
And now they're trying to make pregnancy flight suits.
Yeah, I wish them. Here's the funny thing: the Air Force said, "Yeah, you can mandate that, but you can go fuck yourselves because no one's going to sign off on that."
Yeah.
Because the first time there's an abortion in air, a fucking general is going to have to take accountability for that. And he's like, "Nope."
Wow.
Even the female generals are like, "Nope, I am not taking accountability for that fucking shit." Fucking female generals and Air Force and just
no. Tell me. No, you set it up the right way. You set it up with a little port on the bottom, and you just go down and such incredible G-force, and then when you pull up, it projectiles the fucking fetus out, and then you fucking splatter it on the ground.
Listen. The first time a G-force abortion happens, we're gonna hear about it on the news, and who's fucking responsible? Who let that fucking happen? And you know it.
I honestly don't think so because they really don't talk about abortion on anywhere. So this would be.
Oh no! It will fucking happen because the second you hear someone in the military hears about G-force abortion, that shit is going to be known by everybody. It doesn't matter if because a private's going to hear about it and he's going to be like, "Holy shit!"
I like the fact that we're labeling it G-force abortion.
We can't even keep. Okay, you expect them to keep that secret, and they can't even fucking keep the tanks, the top secret new tanks secret. From getting on fucking War of Tanks.
Time out.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's not gonna be G-force abortion. It's gonna be abortion warfare.
Yes, I was going to go with that. You know,
I could go with that too. But the G-force abortion sounds fucking hilarious.
The next step to biochemical warfare.
Oh, fuck
Jesus. I was gonna say here are the two possibilities. The realistic possibility is the G-force abortion.
Yep.
The unrealistic
I claim
one.
that. Internet,
The
I claim that.
unrealistic one is that you have someone pilot. They're flying around with a kid in them, and they're the little bones are subjected to the G's, and obviously the body adapts to shit like that. And then kid comes out. His bones have already naturally acclimated to intense G-force, and he's just a fucking orc. He's just a fucking built. He's got the bone carapace.
Gotta go fast, Ricky Martin. Gotta go fast. That's how
wait.
Does
comment. Does this mean Ricky? Does this mean Ricky Boric was mom was the prototype pilot for this?
Yeah, I mean Operation Red Mist. We're not talking about that.
Operation Red
Mist.
Operation Redneck.
Fuck. Oh fuck.
Redneck Racer.
But we have hit that time, folks. It is past the 90-minute mark as usual. I hope you guys enjoyed this little tidbit of this metacharism of one Nicholas Rekieta.
Yeah, we went way off kilter.
I know, and
fucking clip that and put it in the short.
we have gone tits up as usual. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself as usual. I give these motherfuckers the last rites. I hit the fucking buttons. We get the fuck out of here.
Nick Rekieta's a nerd.
Well, as always, folks, if you're wanting to come stop by and see what real autism hours are like, feel free to stop by Lucky Entertainment. I'm gonna let Rogue, if he wants, to throw that bitch up there. And hey, look, think of it this way, Rogue. Got a 1/4 or 1/3 Nicky Rackets. Then we had to cut it, just like his coat, with some actual fun autism, so that way people didn't blow their brains out.
Hey, Rage, type in the chat.
Can I type in the fucking?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
while he's doing that,
type in the YouTube chat before we end out. That way,
I'm gonna do an ad here, Rogue. I'm gonna do an ad here for ladies who make that one-time mistake and can't get an abortion because of their state. Come join the Air Force and get your G-force abortion.
Get your G-force abortion.
Get your G-force abortion, and we'll take care of the rest. For your contract with the military.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy yourself?
We're still going.
A wee bit.
Rogue, we're still live.
Yeah,
I know.
I know.
I'm asking him because he's the last motherfucker here.
Oh, Jem, you boomer.
Boomered.
Yeah, the last words. I'm trying to get Dragon's last words. Usually, it's kind of a challenge in some cases. So.
No, as usual, Rogue. You know this.